Welcome back to episode 14 of Let's Play Hagane, the most exciting action ninja video game in the world. I hope you guys enjoy this game because it is amazing. It is the best game I have ever played. It's about a ninja, and he's got a sword, and he swims in lava because he's a lava ninja, and that's why things explode when he walks past them. And his name is Hagane. He's got a brother named Hagane. And he's pretty cool, I guess. But sometimes if things are great, he just pop up and try to kill him. But they do that cool thing where they like make an archway. Instead the platforms just drop him into lava. And then some ninjas die. And then he jumps up a wall. And then he jumps up another wall. And then he dodges some missiles. And then he falls into the lava. And then he dies. And then he walks to the right. And this time he jumps up the wall. But then he gets hit by some missiles. And then he kills some UFOs. And then he backflips into the lava. And then he dies. And then he walks to the right. And he can't get up on that wall. So he jumps on a minecart thingy that he didn't see before. Because even ninjas love to ride minecarts. And then he does a sweet jump. And he makes it out just in time, but he still lands in the lava anyway. So his feet are made of fire. And then he gets hit by a fireball that was from like a mile back. And then he jumps recklessly and probably gets killed by little blue things, but then he doesn't get killed by little blue things. He instead just sinks into the lava and dies. And then he kills a ninja. And then he jumps up on a platform. And then another one. And then he kills a gunman. And then he avoids some missiles. And then he shoots another ninja. And he does a flip jump. And avoids some more missiles. And does another flip jump. And then he gets hit by a Hadoken and dies. And then he walks to the right. And then he gets hit by some missiles. And then he jumps on a sweet minecart. And that ninja can't catch him because he's too slow. He's not Hagane Super Cyber Ninja. And then he jumps just in the nick of time. But he can't do a flip jump, so he dies in lava. And then he walks to the right. And he falls down and jumps in the sweet minecart. And that ninja's still way too slow to catch him. But that's okay. Because Hagane does a sweet jump. And then he jumps at the last minute and still can't hit the fucking platform. He can never hit the platform. It turns out the platform owes him money. And until the platform gives Hagane the money, the platform's afraid of him, and he stays at arm's length. Because that way, Hagane can't call his IRS agent on him. And he can't break his account's kneecaps. Because Hagane is a tax collector, and also a ninja. That's how he pays for his cyber suit. With taxes. Are you happy with footing the bill for Cyber Ninja Hagane, America? Because you are. And then he walks to the left, and he hits the guy who hit him with a Hadoken, but he doesn't hit him fast enough before getting hit. That's okay, because he gets some health, which is fire, because Hagane likes to walk on lava because he is a fire ninja, and that's why fire heals him. And then he walks to the left, and gets hit by Danmaku bullets, and blue things. Then he jumps up a wall, and he jumps up another wall, and he gets more fire health. And then he ducks under a grappling hook. And he flips over and ducks under another one. And then a spike tries to kill him, but is lame. And they're really obvious this time, not like the dune worms, which are not obvious at all, and just killed you horribly. And then he falls down, and he walks to the left. And he falls down, and he has to do the whole thing over again. Because he's really good at this game. And he's gonna die. Start all over again. right back at the platform that owes him money. And that's what we call a good time. Because Cyber Ninja Hagane knows how to have a good time by walking to the left and jumping up platforms and shaking down platforms for his cash. And then he walks to the left. And then he walks to the left. And then he walks to the left. And then he jumps up the wall. And then he walks to the right. And then he jumps up the wall. And then he walks to the right. And then he falls. And then he walks to the left. And then he falls. And he jumps up the wall. And he ducks under the grappling hook. And he flip jumps to the right. And he avoids that spike. And he flip jumps to the right. He avoids another spike. But then he dies because you can't jump through the chain. And then he walks to the right. And he jumps on a sweet ass minecart. And then Ninja still can't catch him. And now he's gonna try to get his money back from the platform. And he goes, "Where's my money, bitch?" And he lands on the platform. But it falls anyway. And he still touches the lava, which does not heal him like regular fire. Because it's too hot. Just like those platforms. And like the Gradius pillars that try to hurt him, but are not actually from Gradius. And every time the Let's Player says something about Gradius, it's actually nothing at all like Gradius. And that's what we call a joke. Because it's not even a humorous observation in any way, shape, or form. But that's what passes for humor amongst lame asses like him. And then he walks to the left. And he kills the ninja. Or at least the ninja kills himself. And then he falls down, because why the fuck wouldn't he? And then he flip jumps to the right. And then he flip jumps to the right. And then he flip jumps to the right. Except he dies in lava instead. And then he walks to the right. And he jumps in the sweet-ass minecart. And the ninja still can't catch him. But this time he's determined to get his money from the platform. And he's like, "Hey platform, I'm home." And he misses the platform. And gets hurt in the lava. That's okay as he kills these ninjas. Because they're jerks. And then he walks to the right. And he steps in the lava just to see if it's still hot. It is. That's okay as he kills this blue guy. And he flip jumps to the right. He gets some health back from fire that is not as hot as lava, but is still pretty hot. Like Cyber Ninja Hagane. And then he jumps up a wall. And he flip jumps to the left. And he flip jumps to the left. And he flip jumps to the left. And he kills some enemies. But not before they hurt him. Because that's how he rolls. Because he's Cyber Ninja Hagane. And he walks to the left. And he jumps up a wall. And he avoids some cranes. But first he gets that health. Because he's got burning spirit inside of him. And he kills that ninja. And he flip jumps to the right. And he ducks under a crane and avoids a spike. And he flip jumps to the right. And he avoids a spike. And he ducks under a crane. And then he kills a guy with guns. And he ducks under a crane. And he flip jumps to the right. And he uses his kunai to kill that gun guy way before he can hit him. And then he avoids a spike. And then he kills the Hadoken guy. And he avoids the chains. And he flip jumps to the right. And he kills that guy and avoids the spike and ducks under the chains and kills the missile guy. And he flip jumps to the right. And he ducks under a chain. And he ducks under some bullets. And he walks to the right. And this has been episode something or other of Let's Play Hagane. Thanks for watching.